Hello, hello. Oh, interesting. Chat is just a little low. There we go. Okay. Hi. Happy Wednesday. Oh boy. We have not streamed yet this week because it has been a very migraine-filled week. Not a fun time. There's more snow that's supposed to be coming over the next couple of days. So I have no idea what my body is going to do in response to that. I'm hoping it'll be fine. Oh no. Yeah, I've been in... I mean, the pain has definitely been, I think, the worst part of it. With, like, the physical pain stuff going on as well. But we'll see how everything pans out. But right now, let's get the loading started. But yeah. So, let's... Oh, we're bonking cups over here. So today, everything in Ito's event is voiced cool. We will probably play that on Monday. And then we'll finish up the villain's quest on Wednesday. That's what I'm thinking. We'll finalize that plan by Sunday, of course, but in the meantime, today I've been mostly migraine-free. I'm starting to feel a little bit blah. Because the first quest is 30 minutes, yeah. I'm starting to feel a little bit like, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, how that goes. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that we're gonna be good for the rest of the week. I've been taking some stuff that helps with my migraines a little bit. They're natural things because I can't take proper NSAIDs without my stomach bleeding. Hooray. So I'm taking willow bark, which is the thing that aspirin is, like, made from. Like, that's where those chemicals come from. So it's a slightly less potent aspirin, basically. And then feverfew, which I don't know very much about, but some people say that it helps with migraines. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take whatever I can get. Allergic to the other one that isn't NSAID. I don't know if I would say I'm allergic to it, but it definitely still hurts my stomach. Cause what was the other one? Feverfew? They're both plants. But they're plants with, I don't know, a history of helping. I know more about willow bark, I think, than about feverfew, but... Anyways.
Hey, you know where we haven't been in the longest time?
Hello, Paimon.
Restaurant! Paimon suddenly has a craving for food that makes you feel like your mouth's on fire. Can we go to One Mean Restaurant, please?
As we can see from where I am, the last time that I played Genshin, I just did my dailies. Doesn't it? But yeah, no, so I'm hoping that taking those before the migraine starts instead of after the migraine has already started, like, gives me a little bit less bad of a migraine, if there is one at all. So let's see. Did they seriously not? Did they not put any more? They usually put a little calendar thingamadoo, you know? Like, okay, that's fine. Oh, the fighting event. That's gonna be over Monday morning. We might crash through that. And this is how many days it's been since I've actually been in game. Hello, all of my check-ins that I've still been doing. Yeah, there's, like, nothing at all. Where's the information that's usually only for the main events? Is short like normal? Okay. We might do the fighting event tonight then, depending on how long everything else takes us. I'm like, what? Dance of Resolute Will. Haven't even done that quest. Okay.
Ta-da!
Okay. Ba-da. Ba-da. Okay. Well, anyways. Off we go. To the dailies. My wrist immediately hurting. Girl, we just started. I was writing things down physically earlier today, though, so that probably is the real reason. Just gonna put some willow bark lotion on it, and it'll be fine. Bad joint state, for real. The weather is going to start soon, so I would imagine that that's part of the problem. All right, where are they? Ah, see them. Bitch, let's go. All right. Ah, I was almost out of the way. Okay. I just wanted to be able to put down that so that I can do this. If you say so. Come at me, bro. All right, let's go. Whoa, hey, okay. Ah, I hate that she can move where she puts it.
You're exposed.
Incinerate!
Because I feel like if you dodge it, then you should just have dodged it, you know? Anyways.
Just like we rehearsed.
But it's like she can reset too fast. Anyways.
Too easy.
Motion to compel. Huh.
Alright, who's left? Oh, a windy guy.
You can't run! Well, neither can I.
Pin them down.
Incinerate! Magic lamp!
Oh, okay. Well,
Miscalculated.
he's dead. Okay. I feel like if I could get Kale to have slightly better energy recharge, I feel like then it would be fine. You know? You can see the Rito statue of 7 from Guyun Stone Forest. Nice! I could just walk across. It's not like load screens have been terrible, but sometimes it's just, hang on. Hang on. Oh, this is for Tui. Do I really want to fight more for Tui is the question. No. Let me put a literal pin in that. It's fine as long as Kale's ER. Oh, shoot.
What must go on?
You're exposed.
Ow. Okay, fine. Ow. I deeply dislike the new enemies because I never fight them, so I'm bad at it. It's...
Incinerate!
well, my own fire killed Kale. That sucks. Pro tip. Pyro characters. They move around so fast and do so much damage. It's like, unless you have 2 shields ready,
Pin them down.
good fucking luck. Because once I can get a hit in on them, it's fine. But before then, it's significantly less fine. Okay. Let's hit some healing. Don't need to go all the way up. Candace. Oh, I was gonna say you have the most health, and then you dropped by 2k, because, I don't know. That's one of your things, I believe, but I don't remember which thing. It's the giant mining machine. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. That sucked when I first discovered that. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh, there's some thingamabobs. Have they already been thingamabob? Oh, actually, having Candace out for these guys makes the least amount of sense.
Motion to compel. War and fun. Here's the good. Inadmissible evidence.
Next. I don't remember. I feel like I remember seeing your Farina. But I don't remember. I know I haven't seen your Mona, though. I need to build Mona, but every Hydro character who uses the Oshi in it, I'm just like, I don't wanna. Just so badly don't wanna.
Too easy.
War and fun.
Hey!
You're exposed.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
Let's sweeten the deal. Write this on the stuff.
Hear my prayer.
Boom boom. Breath of the flame. Hi. Motion to compel.
Why is it spitting like that? Okay. Anyways. Oh, okay. There's some grass. I'm like, the sand is burning? No. There is a little tiny piece of grass that is burning. See, I just, like, 3 minutes, same. I can also do it quickly. I think I just hate how repetitive it is. So I get so bored. That's my problem. Oh yeah, you did help me in the event. That was it. Yeah, that had nothing to do with stream. Okay. But yeah, no, I have no practical issues with fighting the Oceanid. I just don't enjoy it. It's not fun for me. So I just don't feel motivated to do it. See, it's weird, because, like, some of them that I can kind of fight in my sleep, I like, but others do not bring me the same joy, and I'm not sure what the line is on what is good repetition and what is bad repetition. Like, I don't know. I can't figure out what my brain's problem is other than having ADHD. Well, there goes that one. Bye.
Magic lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add Ash. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Valid, because, yeah,
Add
that
Astra
does suck.
Abasansk. Welcome.
Being without meds is not a good time. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going to go to the general area of over here. We're gonna hit up the restaurant. We're gonna hit up the place to build things. The blacksmith. Oh my gosh. Wow. Having a brain in this economy. Okay. Thinking is expensive. Okay. Food. There's a new recipe. Where? At this guy? The guy to the right of the restaurant? I can't remember if I know that I got a recipe from wandering around Fontaine. I don't remember what new recipe I got, but I definitely got a recipe. Oh, I think I actually have enough butter for this. Hey! I like that they've been automatically putting a character with some kind of bonus on the recipes when you're making it for the first time, so you don't have to look. I don't know when that changed, but it used to just be whatever character you had out at the moment was the first one, and then Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's so good. Also, what does this do? Ah, sprinting stamina. Oh, just sprinting Oh, it's a 2-star. That's why. I'm like, only that? Yeah. All right. Complete. Okay. Oh. I've still not made this. I need 2 more in order to max it out, but... Oh! Goodness. Alright. Well, and then what does this do? Increases healing bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have I made the recipe from the film event? I haven't. I don't even think I've, like, looked at what it actually requires. We can do that in a second. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm just gonna leave it at 10 for right now. It's the, oh, is it this one? The one with Fossilor in the name? Oh, Fontanelia Mousse. Got it. Also, I need to make some more flour. Let me do that. Fontanelia. I see it. So, jam, cream, eggs, and sugar. Is it the slidey thing that's hard? I have no jam. How much sugar do we have? 38. I'm gonna make... It's the real reason that we do that. But anyways, that way I can make some jam. I don't want to make all 20, but I'll make like 10. Oh, very small and in the beginning is delicious Feastos. Okay, good to know. I'll do a once. Oh, that's not so bad. It's not in the beginning. So that's good at least. What's sad is I've already made it further in this battle pass than I did in the last version. I should go into my teapot really quickly, too. I'll do that, and then we can do bounties. Or, no, I'll do requests, then we'll... Yeah, okay. My brain is in 500 places. Sorry. I can make so many weapons, but I'm like... I don't... For the 1 minute that takes, let's go into the teapot, because I have stuff to claim. Sorry, my bones are cracking. Ugh. Forging and cooking in the teapot. See, I'm still on this teapot layout that I haven't done anything with because I want to. But I've wanted to since the Aranara situation, and I still have an army of headless Aranara, except for this one guy. And the fact that this one guy is not headless, surrounded by his headless friends, kind of feels like he's the one who beheaded them. Anyways. The hotel and rainbow macaronis, feastos, and moose. Alright. Well, I got the moose for sure. It's there as a warning.
This realm is truly.
Oh, I
beginning
have
to
a bunch of
thrive.
spin crystals that I need to activate too. I am a forgetful bitch is the problem. Realm deep. Oh. Okay. I've got some more stuff. I'm just gonna... go through grabbing some stuff. One of these days, I'm gonna have that random fixation to do it again, but until we reach that day. Wish you could buy in bulk, like just select things until it says you would run out of money. I haven't gotten it, no. That's the... Oh, wait, maybe I have. 'Cause isn't it in, like, the riches of the realm or something? I can't remember how that works. Realm treasures. No. Was it the swirling scene in a bottle? This lovely terranium filled with beautiful landscapes was brought from Fontaine by the teapot traveling salesman. The scenes contained within bring certain images to mind. Yeah, okay, then I have gotten it, yes. What music sound? So expensive for no reason. Yeah, I can't remember when I... Oh, insufficient materials. Hold on. We'll go down to one of these then. Alright. Here we go. We'll finish that
If
later.
you ever have any questions about the
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of spin crystals. Fontaine. Ooh, did the dev stuff come out? I think I remember seeing you post something like that in the Discord. Yeah, yeah. I'm very excited. I love quality of life updates. I think we all do. Like that's the point of them. More polygons? Question mark. Oh, I see, I see. Nice. I'm finally becoming comfortable enough in the court of Fontaine to just fly around and know I'm going in the right direction. Obtain. Okay. Oh, these lips are why I hate climbing walls in Fontaine. I just remembered. Also, that was perfectly timed within the timer message. Okay. Ah, yes. So much to grab. Huzzah! What's this? Wind-powered wind generator. A wind-generating device. After being activated, oh, it provides a little wind current. The wind energy required is approximately equal to... So... Cool. Oh, and it's the straight-up gadget? It's not the blueprints for the gadget? Nice! I love that. Okay. Requests. Bruno. Sminar and Agoro. Los gates. Actually, let me... So this is the new one. What do I have in my quick swap right now? I can take that out for right now because I'm not in there. Nice. actually. Let's do a little testaroo of it. Cannot use in current state? What's my current state? Michigan? Fine then. Oh wait, did not mean to hit that. Again. You have to already be flying? Oh.
Another busy day is coming to a close.
So it doesn't give you, like, a wind current to boost you up, but it boosts you while you're already gliding. Where? What level is he on? Does it say? Of course it doesn't. Well, I'm hoping that Pele Marmonia is where he is. It's usually where people are, so that seems like a safe bet.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your steps.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine.
Which is more valuable? Unlimited Mora or unlimited?
Whoopee. Hello, Bruno. I've got you, bestie. Here are your flowers. May you also have a wonderful day. All right. Next. All right. I'm guessing it's the main. Yeah, it's the main floor. Hello. You asked for fruit. I don't have much of it, but I have some. You seem interested in that duelist. Well, it was a long time ago. What? Seem interested in the duelist? What, you think I want to fight Clorand? Is that what you're saying to me? I'm confused. Alright, well... That wasn't me. That was my friend. He wanted to fight her. He did fight her. And then he wanted to fight her again. Which, you know, that's just child. That's just his personality. He likes to fight people. Unless my brain was not comprehending his words correctly, in which case I have no idea what he's talking about, and that's fine. Assist the guards. Wait, so does this mean... Ah, jeez. Oh, yes, these fucks. Oh, it's in the landscape. Does that mean that there's guards there? Because that'd be cool. No, it does not.
Ha! Too easy.
We shot them, boom! Huh. Shazam! Just like we rehearsed.
Pin them down.
All right. See, as long as everyone's nice and charged, I can handle the fight very easily. Assist means do their work for them. Boo. I was like, are there gonna be NPCs a part of this fight? That's new. No. Assist was just a really nice way of putting it. Okay. Once everything is loaded up, we will start in on bounties. But it won't work if it happens during a load screen, so patience. Okay. I love a good Frozen game. Alright. Do-do-do. I don't know why I was expecting her to say Ad Astra Abasosk. Okay. What do we got? We've got a Mirror Maiden who is immune to cryo, but is vulnerable to Animo. So we're gonna be hitting her with some wind. And I shall wait for Cat.
A good newspaper should be a lighthouse of truth.
I think that if you click on someone who's in someone else's world, it should still send you to the right place.
Today's Forest Patrol route map.
Okay.
We need to head here first, then make our way over to there. There's a lot of writing.
Gonna hit us with the Shogun. And then I will grab also a Windy. Let's use Sucrose. I don't use Sucrose enough. Unless I should grab a healer. Actually, let me check on Sucrose right now. I love how I'm like, as long as we get through the weeklies quickly, we'll definitely be able to... Oh my. Oh my dear. Oh, this is a really bad flower. It's VV, so of course it is, but like, geez Louise. Sorry, as I'm like, oh. Oh, that's a good piece. Flat def is fine on the rest of those. We're already doing better than we were.
Shower me with praise.
That's a pretty good piece. Fascinating that you're... Oh no, that's not your... That's not your hat. That's why I'm like, why is it... What the heck is your crit rate? Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. We're fine. Farina's a healer? Oh, yeah. Farina is a healer. Okay. So it is up in this area above. I'm gonna go to this teleport point, I think. I think that'll be good. It's funny because even though Sucrose doesn't have very leveled artifacts, I know that she does fine. But I should definitely I have a lot of characters who I should really just go back to their artifacts before I do anything else. But am I gonna do that? No. Although maybe I could. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Alright, downwards. What are we looking for again? Mirror Maiden. I have a functioning memory. I swear. There they are.
There is no escape.
Clouds
Good
high.
mining,
Birds
echoing
call.
song.
The wind knows.
Animal hypostasis regulation. Animal justice.
Torn to oblivion. Into the illusion shattered.
Shower me with praise.
The wind knows me.
Absorption test.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Into the wind.
I'd say that went well. Load screens haven't been too painful today. Knock on wood and all that. So that's been decent. As long as it can hold up through the co-op, we're golden. Okay, this one is a Breacher Primus. It is immune to Dendro, but it takes extra damage from polearms. So I will definitely keep A out. And then add a different polearm. I'm like, who is a polearm? Out of all of my level 90s, I think A, Zhongli, and Candace are my only level 90 polearms. I mean, to be fair, polearms are what we have the least of. But, you know. Alright. I think polearms have the least number of characters. That could be a complete and utter lie, but it feels... Wait. What? What did I say? What are you saying is it? Polearms that we have the least of? Yeah. Catalysts. Oh. I think we have more more catalysts than polearms.
Centuries. But human life
Yeah.
is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Okay. Let's look. Where's the bounty? Okay. It's over on Elenis. Oh, I should have known that. Breacher Primus. Down in this little beach area. hope it's not in the middle of that little army camp there, or enemy camp. That's deeply unfortunate. Where's the actual thing we're supposed to be fighting? There we go.
Inazuma shines eternal. Hear my prayer, written in the stars. Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
Delve into destiny.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Fate is upon you.
Shine down. Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
Woo. Oh, you know what? I also haven't done any polls for Chevros. Easy. We zip-zapped that bitch into non-existence. Hey, do you guys want to help me quickly before we go back and zip-zap some other bitches into non-existence? Because there's a chest that I saw, but it was before I had finished these guys' artifacts, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that. But you know, might as well deal with it now. Especially since there's 2 A's equipped, like, it'll be fine. It's one of those things where it's not hard. It's just...
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Let me start. Decided by destiny. Fate is upon you.
Shall prevail. Pin them down. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Hear my prayer. Inazuma shines eternal. Too easy. Now you shall perish.
Shine.
The way that she... I really need to, like, comprehend the way that,
Take them. I have no need.
Candace scales up HP, because it's really cool. But, anyways. Alright. Now that that's done, I can delete that pin. Because I just never went back for it. And I'm like, you know what? It's so close. Let's do that. Scales up HP. Yeah, it looks like she increases HP, at least for herself, by 2,000 when I use her burst and another 2,000 with her skill. And I'm not entirely, like, here. I don't know. I can't tell. It's something that just kind of happens. That I've seen happen. I don't know if it has anything... No, it has nothing to do with her artifacts. Weapon? No. I have no clue. Okay. So, when Sacred Rite hits opponents, max HP will be increased by 20% for 15 seconds. That's where it is. It's her C2. There's a time challenge there, too. I care less about that right now. Okay, so it's her C2 that does it. I'm like, what is causing it? Now we know. Okay. Tainted Water Phantasm is immune to Animo and has an... Yeah, thank you. And has an increased resistance to Electro. Okay. Since it's a water guy, I'm gonna not use a water character. because silliness. Let's see. Let's use Changyun. Oh, can I bring a healer? I can bring a healer instead of Changyun, yes. Let's bring Benny. Oh, you've got Farina. We're fighting a water guy, which is why I'm not grabbing a water guy. Okay, it's up here. What's it weak to? Electro? Is that what I said? Electro, I think. But it's immune to Animo, and then because it's a Hydro thingy, it's also gonna be immune to Hydro. Here, we can check on the map, can't we? I'll double check that one. Yeah, it's immune to Animo, and it's increased, or it takes more damage from Electro. And it's surrounded by slimes.
Time to shine! I'm going in! Inazuma shines eternal! Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Right here. Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Illusion shattered!
Nice. Mika was in the ground eating birds. Wonderful. Falling. That was the most unhinged glitch that's ever happened. Like, that simply should not have occurred and was ridiculous. Okay. We've gotta do bosses next. I don't... Let's see. The characters I'm building are my Geos, and then...
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
My
I
Geos,
stand
and then
before it,
who?
alone and unchanging.
And then Xiao. Oh, your talents are maxed out. Okay, let's take a look. Xiao weekly boss. Not right this second. Is from Child, right? No. Wait. Hold on. I'm confused. I'm having a hard time finding what I'm looking for. Okay, yes, child. Okay, I need to write this down because I'm gonna forget so fast. Okay.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but
Ciao.
human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Okay. And then I'm pretty sure Ito is from Signora, right? Yeah. And then... Okay. Ah! Noelle. Which I badly spelled. Oh my gosh, this page is glitching out that I'm trying to look at. Dvalin. Oh, okay. I'll have to do... Ah!
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
I don't have Noelle built. I said that I need to continue building Geo characters and that I only have one level 90. This has been a problem. Anyways. Okay. Ningguang. Oh, no, I didn't say it recently. I've been talking about it lately. Just in general. This is something that I've been talking about, like, on Discord and whatnot. It's fine if you missed it. But yeah, no, the only Geo character I have at level 90 is Zhongli. So I'm trying to build up some more Geos. Now, Ningguang uses the wolf. Yeah, and I haven't been playing. So I haven't built them up since. I've done like one round of boss fights for everybody. But yeah, okay. So Child, Signora, and Andreas for stream. And then after that, I will have to do Dvalin by myself. Why does Ningguang use Andreas? I don't know. Probably because when she came out, there were only 3 weekly bosses. Oh, was Child not? I thought that Child was out in 1.0.
The world remains
The first
constant
boss
over the
fights
centuries,
for the weekly boss
but human
fights,
life is like
originally,
the dew at
you could
dawn,
only,
or a
like, the
bubble
reason
rising through
that
water. Transitory.
the only 3 boss fights at the beginning of the game were, Andreas, Dvalin, and Child. I don't know if Child came later than Dvalin and Andreas by, like, one version, but, like, that's it. And Ningguang was out pretty early, too. So, all of the, like, early characters are divided between those 3 bosses. Was 1.1. I can't remember what 4 stars were out in 1.0.
Inactivity serves no purpose
But
whatsoever.
either way, those were the first 3 boss fights, so a lot of the characters that have been in the game just, like, forever are between one of those 3 bosses, so that's why she uses Andreas. Anyways, I have to pee really quickly, so this isn't even going to be the full 10-minute timer that's going to pop up on the screen. I gotta pee, and I will be right back, and then we will do the weeklies.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
I am back, and Marie just fled out of the office, so I guess she's been in here. Let's do this.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
So, let's hit child first. And I do mean hits. But also, okay, 1.1. I started playing in the tail end of 1.2. Like the second half of 1.2 was when I was playing to begin, I believe. I believe. It was either the tail end of 1.1 or 1.2. It was one of those. It was early. And back in my day, we just had 3 boss fights until Aisha was added with Zhongli's second story quest. So, 'tis oft between these 3 for characters that have been in it for a while. Aisha? Let's see.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Yeah, I think I'm good with this. Never fight him. I've fought him a bit, like, obviously on stream. It's been a little while. It hasn't been super long. I know we've fought him somewhat recently. I have a lot of Child's drops, but I also know that a lot of the characters that I've built within recent time use him, including Child himself. I don't plan on triple crowning everybody, obviously, so it's not like the end of the world, but like to divide pieces, but oh.
Passable left.
Saito has already got him pretty much down. I'm the last in because of course I am.
Seriously. The price of a single
Let my name echo in sound! You shall perish!
I love when he doesn't even get a chance to move. Like, yeah, die, bitch.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Opening box of a death eye tricks.
Once again, he has not really moved. Child, are you confused? You seem a little confused. There you go, buddy.
You're cut above.
I almost left without going to this. Okay. More Shadow of the Warrior and Shard of Foul Legacy. I think this is the one that Xiao uses. Ooh, a chunk. Ugh, and a dream, which I'm almost at 50 dream solvents. This is getting ridiculous. I never use them. I could use them, but I don't. You know, that's fair. Two gods, a zombie and a nun, have come to kick your ass. Yeah, I guess that's a good enough reason to be like, wait. Two gods, a zombie, and a nun walk into a bar. All right.
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
That's their final form. They've got to give Raiden and Skara. Well, I guess they don't remember Skara, do they? That's the wild thing.
Motion. I
right.
stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same
Being
forever
too
is quite
popular can
beautiful.
be such a hassle.
Who
knew
but
that
alas,
people would
that is
adore
simply
me
not
so
the way the
much?
world works.
I'm so glad you got pictures. All right. In we go. We do need pyro, don't we? It would be convenient. It would be helpful. It would be useful.
1, 2, 3.
I'm sure we'll live.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? There is no escape.
Orders given. Orders received. Wow.
Oh, here.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Shine down.
Strike a pose. Wheel of life.
Okay, let's not destroy this one.
Zaritha's has no place for transgressors.
That way it still exists. Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Hold the line. Bring Navia. Look how that old cat.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Let the world know so that digress. Allow me.
I never asked for
Yeah.
redemption.
I figured with our better building of characters over time, we'd be fine. Again, Pyro is helpful in the first phase, or like for the ice chunk part, but like it's okay. Got a chunk. Nice. Ooh, I'm starting to shake. Why am I starting to shake? I feel... Yeah, we moved through that fast.
The show begins.
This is no place to loaf around.
Okay, Takashi. This is no place to loaf around. Anyways. My body feels weird. And a good artifact. I have not checked any of my artifacts. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, they... Oh, actually, yeah, no, this is fine. I was gonna change my party setup, but this is actually pretty good. I could grab D-Luke instead, but... I don't need D-Luke when I have Benny. I actually think Benny might be slightly more powerful than D-Luke. I need to grab these iron shots so badly. Sorry, would have been there sooner if I wasn't fucking around and grabbing stuff. Has anyone used the artifact auto lock? Auto lock. What is that? Gotta grab my wolf hooks. Okay. Oh. I have not set that up, no. Andreas, ready to test your skills? I am, babe, I am. Let's go.
Shower me with praise.
That is good to know.
Proper send-off!
Torn to oblivion!
But mine is
There is no escape!
I feel like my blood sugar is low.
Everybody stand back!
Illusion shattered!
It's been about... I knew he'd give me a billet. I could feel it. I could feel it in my heart, in my soul. He gave me a polearm billet. That's so nice. And a spirit and a tail. Love that. Not a great artifact, but that's fine. I don't really need it. Pyro gem, nice. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. That's
The world remains constant over the centuries.
okay.
Life is like the
So
dawn,
the final
or a
fight I'm
bubble
gonna
rising
do
through water.
by myself because you cannot co-op Storm Terror. As far as I know. Right? That is still true. Great. Game is freezing. But I might have to, yeah. I might have to pause for, I don't know. I might be able to get through. I don't know what is going on with my physical form. Okay, I feel so shaky and weird. Oh, I haven't actually done today's check-in. Let me do that. Oh, I missed a check-in. Apparently. Okay. It would be. Okay. I'm confused about what my body is doing, is what I am. Low blood sugar symptoms. Okay, yeah, that's probably the issue. I have eaten today. I have eaten 3 meals today. Which is why I'm confused. I mean, it's been about 3 hours. I guess I would usually be snacking by this point. I don't know. I'm very, very confused. Yeah. Yeah, my lips are starting to feel numb. So yeah, it's almost definitely low blood sugar. That's really weird. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back to make myself a snack, I guess. Okay. I'm back. I've got some popcorn to snack on. So hopefully that helps. Yay. Did not love that experience. I feel like this team will be fine. Now, as for my coordination, we'll find out.
Solidify! Stabilize! Waste to the wicked! Waste to the wicked!
Shine down!
Order guide you. Solidify!
Over here, Dvalin.
Gather!
Teamwork is teamwork! Illusion shattered!
Dawn, break forth!
Well, that's great. I'm so glad that I missed that completely.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Anyways. Not that it mattered. Okay, Dvalin, Sai, and Plume. Oh wow. I had no plumes, so that's good. Yeah. Okay. To the strange swordsman first. Okay. As my chair squeaks aggressively. Oh gosh. What in the hinges? Alright. Okay. Constantine. Costitin? I don't know. What luck that two fine-looking adventurers such as yourselves have run into me. Okay. So tell me, do you wish to revel in glorious combat? I guess. Are you trying to start a fight? I'm not challenging you two to a fight. I mean, you don't look like you would be, but you know. Although you do have a sword, so who knows? Talking about an ode to your inner passion and artistic appreciation of the expression of your natural instincts. Clenching a blade most beautiful and welding it in an elegant dance of death. No, by dropping off. Right, yeah. We're already quite some distance from the Court of Fontaine. How else could you have gotten here if not by slaughtering every monster obstructing your path? I teleported, actually. Okay. Pretty please, he says. Great job with the makeup, though, dude. Alright. He's only a writer. Of course. Well. Whoppers. Yeah, there's also, like, no monsters in the area. Like, dude, if you got here, trust me, we also got here. I get to fight and get paid for it. Let's go. It's one of these. Got it. $15 crystallized reactions and defeat 6 opponents while protected by a shield. Okay. Ooh, Navia. Well, since I've got it on the low level setting. Okay. I think this will be okay. Taking a little bit longer so that I can get more of the popcorn in me. It's already helping, so hooray.
Stabilize.
Feeling lucky? This one's got your name on it. Fire! Well, with rocks.
Well, with rocks.
Gather.
From whence you came.
This is order.
Attack! That's the way. This one's got your name on it. Feeling lucky? Hiya!
And what's the goal score?
Coming at ya! A proper send-off from the Spina with luck.
I will have order. Stabilize.
Coming at ya! Now you shall perish!
Ooh, an objective completed. We love that.
Submit for judgment. Forth my blade.
A proper send-off from the Spina with this one's got your name on it.
Order guide you. Solidify.
6K. Got it.
Torn to oblivion!
A proper send-off from the Spina with umbrella warfare, I guess. Hiya!
I will have order. Gather.
Oh, I didn't even get all the crystallized reactions. One short. Oh, wait. This is across both of them, isn't it?
Let's get down to
Must leave
business.
no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Eyes on me! Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
Hey there! Tap, coming at ya! Fire!
Part 2 has a different objective?
With rocks.
Oh, okay.
Tap, hiya!
Okay, so you have to... Okay.
Tap. As a dutiful maid would. Okay.
Freeze. This one will be frozen in time.
To ashes! Fire! Well, with rocks. Coming at ya!
Let's get down to business.
Hiya! Watch out! Ta! Hiya! Ha!
Don't get frostbite.
Time to clean up. Steady as stone. A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
Eyes on me!
This moment
Just
will
an
be
attack
frozen.
boost.
As a good knight should.
Let's get down to business.
Power that ended Haishan!
Oh, so sorry.
Attack! Watch out! Watch out! I must leave no stone. Time to clean up. A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, where's the rewards? There they are. Alright, we're all good. Yeah. 15 overload reactions. 20 pyro or electro related reactions. Okay, round 1 and then round 2. Got it, got it, got it. Let's see. Okay.
There is no escape.
Hands where I can see them! Stop right there!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Justice will prevail! Drop your weapons!
Torn to oblivion.
Hands where I can see them!
Illusion shattered.
Stand down! Ah! Justice will prevail!
Shine down.
Alright.
Let's get down to business.
Let the show begin.
Now you shall perish.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
Anger.
Lucky dad.
Hands where I can see them!
Let's get down to
Final warning!
boom.
Spring forth.
Torn to oblivion. shattered.
Propagate!
Nope, not you.
Inazuma shines eternal.
You asked for it!
Oh, I see. So it starts again after the... I see. I comprehend.
Eyes on me! Justice will prevail!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
I'm going in! Hands where I can see them! Power that ended height!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Everybody stand back! Justice will prevail! To ashes!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
I'm going in! Drop your weapons! You asked for it!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Power that ended Haishan! Adventure! Everybody stand back! Hands where I can see them!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
To ashes! Teamwork is dreamwork! Justice will prevail! Final warning!
Wind strider. Clouds high. The birds call.
I'm going in! Hands where I can see them! Power that ended Haishan!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Okay, both times I've gotten very close to the full 6,000. I don't really care to go all the way, but... Hydro Mimics and a Hydro Slime, and then... Okay. I'm also keeping them on level 40. I am simply... cannot be bothered. Oh, wait. 25 critical hits. I'm so happy that you are going to be able to.
Let's spark things.
Get a little chilly. Let's begin. Stay cool and face your guilt.
Try not to.
Don't get frostbite.
There is no escape.
Run away
way now. It's going to get a little chilly.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Now you shall perish!
Have a safe trip. Let's begin.
Oh, so sorry.
Let's spark things up.
Stay cool and face your guilt. Don't run away now.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Torn to oblivion!
Have a safe trip.
Surrender.
Don't get frostbite.
A moment, please.
All hail! Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Barbara, master of the critical.
Face your guilt. Don't run away now.
This is long overdue. Germinate! Let the show be.
Have a safe trip.
Next on the eject for Rex Lapis.
Oh no.
Yeah, huh.
It's going to get a little chilly.
No touching.
A moment, please. Stay cool and face your guilt.
This is long overdue. Huh. Hi. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Huh. 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 Germinate!
It's going to get a little chilly.
Alrighty. Next. Increase or decrease the character's current HP 40 times. Trigger 20 Hydra-related reactions on opponents. This one I definitely want some cryo characters out for. Okay. I think this will be okay.
Shine down! Insolent!
Shower me with praise! Time to shine!
To my hammer.
Germinate!
Illusion shattered!
Let the world come alive! Yoo-hoo!
To my hammer.
Time to shine!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Shower me with praise! Oh! Let the world come alive! Germinate!
Now you shall perish!
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine!
You're exposed! We shall.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Spring forth! Let my name echo in song! Strike a pose!
Grant us your blessing! Now you shall perish!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
Time to shine!
Oh, so sorry.
Let my name echo in song!
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Let the world come alive!
Don't get frostbite.
From whence you came. One with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Let my name echo in song!
This moment will be frozen.
Spirit flame.
Time to shine!
Oh, so sorry.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Let the world come alive!
Submit for judgment. One with my blade. One with nature.
Don't get frostbite.
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Time to shine!
From whence you came.
by Quicken. Let's see.
A new job.
To ashes!
You're open.
Remember, health comes first.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Scatter!
Eyes on me!
Spring forth!
You are not welcome here.
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
You're in for a little shock. Let's spark things.
Power that ended Hyshon!
You hunt. Job. Go. You are not welcome.
Seems like an emergency.
To ashes!
Surrendering.
Terminate!
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
You are not welcome here.
Power that ended Hy-
Try not to enjoy.
Scatter! Ha! Propagate! The doctor will see you now.
Journey ends here.
Taking a turn for the better.
Your sacrifice is ready. Your journey ends.
Eyes on me!
Let's spark.
Spring forth! Ha!
Your journey ends here.
Maybe.
I'll protect us.
Seems like an emergency.
Hi.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Let's dance.
Remember, health comes first.
Now you shall perish!
Everybody stand back!
The doctor will see you. I'll protect us.
Seems like an emergency.
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
I'm going in!
Taking a turn for the better.
the show begin. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Now you shall perish!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Everybody stand back! There is no escape!
All right. Huzzah. Oh, there's an afterword. Of course there is. Oh, right into it. Unauthorized combat. Wonderful. Seize them immediately. Upon discovering such a dangerous domain, you should have reported straight back to the Maison Gardinage, not started an unauthorized investigation, let alone used violence. You really are a bloodthirsty one. This guy. We're not in the court of Fontaine. But we're beating up monsters. Can we really be arrested for that? Are you a registered member of the Adventurers Guild? No. Then presumably you informed the Maison Gardinage in advance that you planned on using weapons within the borders of Fontaine. You have to declare in advance that you're planning on using weapons? Of course you do. If any old Pierre, Paul, or Jacques could start a fight in Fontaine whenever they wanted, where would that leave the Maison Gardinage? Waving weapons around like toys without a permit? You're lucky that the Gardamex didn't treat you like an intruder. Take a good look at yourself. You're practically a fake Fontainian. Do you seriously think us arresting you would be such a grave miscarriage of justice? It's not even a foreign country. I think he's from here. I've completely misjudged this whole thing. As a writer, I selected my source material poorly and should have known better than to overlook the basic setting of the story. Unless he's not from here, but I don't know. We investigate domains on a whim, and we've never had to declare anything before. I mean, but we've also been adventurers for a long time, so. You're both A-listers. Hello, Angie. Angina. I'm a veteran member of the Guards with years of experience out in the wilds. A short time ago, while patrolling nearby, I caught sight of this reckless fellow. He explained the ins and outs of why he's been loitering around here and showed me this strange domain. He also informed me the two of you were taking part in this blade dance of his. Yeah, I beat up some guys. Are we also under arrest? Of course not. Alright, well. Despite the recklessness of his undeclared use of dangerous weaponry, all we're really talking about here is bringing this rascal in and giving him a verbal warning. Not like he committed any major crime, so of course he won't be punished too severely. You really changed your tune. Even if it's just a fine, I'm afraid that I have but little more to give you. The Constantine tends to exaggerate. He's certainly not a bad person. Ah, do you hear that? The celebrities are interceding on your behalf. Don't let me catch you making the same mistake again, you reckless, albeit thoroughly decent fellow. Next time I guarantee I'll do you all the necessary preparation before I start. That's good. Anyway, I'll do things by the book and take him back to the Maison Gardenage for a good tongue lashing. Another member of the guards will be over later to get this domain cleaned up properly. But with you two here, it doesn't really pose a danger anyway. If you so desire, feel free to carry on beating up the monsters inside. You'll be doing my colleague a huge favor. Awesome. Love some extra money. I already forgot that I had mentioned that I have not pulled at all for Chevron. So, oh. Jeez. Anyways. So I figured I'd do a 10 pull or two. No. I think I'm just gonna... I'll give it 20 wishes. And if that doesn't do anything, you know. Alright, let's see. Is this the fucking Widsith? Benny. Hello? There we go. Double Benny. Alright. Last one. And then I'm calling it. For the wishing. Alright. That's fine. It is what it is. Let's get into Navia's quest. Before it gets too late. Yeah. It'll probably take us to around 11:30-ish. As long as I don't get too sidetracked. Okay.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Just getting our daily dose of adventuring in.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
There always
Stocking
is.
up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Wasn't Spina di Rusula affected too? Should you really be the ones offering compensation?
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
And then?
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own.
And how's that
But
going?
after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, isn't
She's like, I use shorthand. I reverted to hieroglyphs.
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Maybe use standardized shorthand next time?
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I think that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
So you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
I'd be interested in taking a look.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
I love how even though they give you the the opportunity to actually accept the quest, they also add a "sure, sounds good to me" or "I've got something else to do." But anyways, sounds good.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
It is. Are they not actually putting us on a boat? It's just a little load screen. Oh, they are putting us on a boat.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
So the Spina di Rosula was one of the main sponsors for construction, right?
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Well, something that big wouldn't have just been his call. Perhaps the rest of the Spina didn't see a point to having a 4th line? Or, convenient, accessible public transportation to what is perceived as a poorer neighborhood. Not to capitalism, but you know.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really
Also fair.
stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes, I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Do you miss them?
Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new poisson.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right?
She seems to be managing, but she's always been having to cope with one thing or another.
Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
I wouldn't imagine so. I'm on. Big fish. Very big fish. Oh, we can cook here. Good to know. That is a very textured fish. Right? I was just thinking that. Like, when do we get to catch that fish in Fontaine?
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss.
I feel like when you're doing a non-co-opable quest, it should automatically turn off co-op requests.
Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as callously unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
That
makes sense. The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Shouldn't Navia be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I mean...
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
Well, if that's what you think, I think it'll just be a matter of time.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Right.
I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us
Like,
to confirm the
Navia,
final
you're
design,
literally...
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus. but we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
I love how instead of hey traveler, it's just hey you. Me? What are you doing?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine.
I'm shorter
Didn't
than
you say on
you.
the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
They're your parents. Shouldn't you be running this show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit, and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Let's try looking out into the distance at Poisson, at the future of Fontaine. I don't know.
By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate.
Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
Thank you, Paimon.
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callus look too tall next to the lady.
Oh,
How is
I see
that
what you
physically
mean.
possible?
Let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
I mean, I'm guessing that the eventual answer is the happy pose. Confirm or deny, question mark? Because if that's gonna be like it makes you do all three no matter what. Okay, then we'll go for imposing.
Huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose! It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's glorious golden age.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
And the journalist!
I was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
No, we just asked her to change her pseudonym. Don't worry about it. Did not have her killed. It's totally fine. Then why don't we just strike a happier pose?
A happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Probably not.
Would you be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Could one other one laughs?
So, he said that some people had speculated that Clementine was the one who was really pulling the strings behind the scenes and was the actual boss of the Spina. And he said that the Spina pulled a few strings to make sure that that story disappeared, as well as the journalist. To which Navia clarified, "Don't worry, we just asked the journalist to pick a new alias." Which still sounds... I don't know. It still sounds a little bit like they had a journalist killed. I don't know. Right, yeah. We didn't kill them. We just blackmailed them so they had to leave town and change their name.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right.
Well,
Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups.
I'd like
Man,
all of those
if
photos,
I knew I was
actually.
going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time.
I'd like a scrapbook out of this quest.
Outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
She always believed that her father Jacques was a good person.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but
They
young children are
really
not allowed
do.
to join the
Stuff that
Spina.
we can just
So
put
just
on
have to
the
wait a
walls
few
in
years,
the
and
teapot
then we'll
sounds
welcome
like a
her with
really good
open
idea.
arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift.
Aww.
But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a
Yes.
few more ideas
It's
for
what
the
we
design.
deserve.
I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
At least this way we got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter.
Oh.
Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
I was like, be dead? No, be in jail.
That's right. I finally finished serving my time.
Hey!
Turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy...
Did we meet you while we were in prison? Because I don't think we
Let me
did.
introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago. But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait,
This is
Mr.
true.
Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Yeah, and then
You
his
heard
dead
anything at all about the water
ex-girlfriend
from the primordial sea
and a
case?
bunch of other people.
Well, I know that
who had
Fontaine got
sort of
flooded,
merged
but then
with
the
her
water
soul,
levels
killed
miraculously
him.
receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case. A lot of things have happened in Poisson.
Oh, he
since
has
then.
no idea who's dead.
First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
I love how the options are credit Navia or credit Paimon. We just followed Navia's lead.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some
kind
of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because
have no
I don't know
clue.
anything about what's happened.
I'm guessing thick is bad and thin is
I'm
good.
sorry, but it's the truth.
Like,
they weren't the only people
you know,
who lost either. Many others,
through the thick
including
woods
Melissa, also lost their lives in the
versus
disaster.
through some thin
Malus and
area
Melissa
of trees.
dead. They're just gone. Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Because it's harder to get through something that's thick than something that's thin.
Keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
This guy's got a lot to catch up on. Literally. Like, sorry about that, buddy. Everyone's fucking dead. Well, not everybody, but a few people. A good few people. Wait until you find out that more people would have died if the Fatui hadn't come to save the day.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
If I hadn't experienced all those events, I also would have found it really hard to accept.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romu?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Romeo.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those
I
relationships
stretched
that he
and my
spent a
headphones
fortune to
fell
build
right off
didn't
my
help in
head.
the least.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
That can't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callis was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callis' side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callis began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With
Makes
that,
sense.
the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Oh, of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
Alright. Yeah. We want to see Adele cheer up and see the future star of the Spina.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Of course you have.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
I probably have those.
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
Totally.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Exactly.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone. Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
Wheat and sweet flour. I'm glad I didn't use all my wheat when making flour earlier.
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
There's still some important things that we must do.
Oh, I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
Something like that.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Definitely.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
Paimon's
I
like, nothing
understand.
ties me to another
And
person.
I am very lucky
like
indeed
food.
to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
Well, that's a little
Not the wine
dramatic,
with
but
us,
thank
but
you.
Let's still toast with water in celebration of this moment.
Someone's behind us. Huh? I thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small critter?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
Cheers!
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time.
Someone's in the bush.
All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
Stabs the bush just in case. You know how it goes.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa. So, as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
There's some guy following us. The two of you have contended with similar circumstances.
Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive.
He's not even doing a good job at being
discreet
about it.
For herself.
So I wasn't just hearing things. Well, me and the Traveler are on the same page, at least.
Something up, Traveler?
Follow me.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
He's like, what?
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Hello, let me run.
Right there.
Excuse me, I can run faster than everybody. Here's one. Nice monocle.
We're going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
Oh, you have no idea who I am. That's really cute. Bad news, bub. I'm a star from the sky. But, like, also.
Germinate!
Shine down!
Let's dance.
Watch out!
Apologize to Neuvillette for me for causing a scene in the middle of the city.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Recognize your situation and don't entertain any fantasies of escape. We've got people up above and down below as well. We've got people up above and down below who will go ad astra Abasosk on your ass.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula.
You're doing a bang-up job of that.
And can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
I mean, I think you're taking it all just a little too seriously, dude. You gotta calm down.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
Thank you. Get some good sleep.
When we saw Navia, we got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
Bullshit.
Huh?
You followed us all the way here. What else? There's no way that you're like, oh no, we lost. We were looking for revenge. Sorry. Nah.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeu's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men...
Oh, yeah.
Then we could still have a fight on our hands.
An easy fight. But a fight.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already, so why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks, though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties, too.
Ooh.
How does that sound?
That sounds like fun.
That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing, too.
Uniform gift box. Alright. We'll just head down the teleport way.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
I have to pee again, and then we can continue this. I'm not sure if we'll finish it. I'll continue monitoring how I feel physically and mentally. But I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly, so I will be right back. Alright. We are back.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep, and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yep.
Totally.
Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendra?
Plus, one of the
I'll tell
Hexen
my
Circle
guys to
talked
stuff
to
your
us
pillows
through
full
a
of
cup of
actual
tea
seaweed
outside
right
of the
now.
room, so you know.
Oh, Paimon's sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
Sitting inside. During the Roses and Muskets event, I found those guys. Those mob-looking guys. They gave me a fish. They gave me a few fish. When I asked what happened to Virgil. Oh, is it about to be Diona Day? The guys next to the turtle? No. The like, the mob guys from the One World quest with Virgil, that asshole. I don't see them right now. These guys. The white glove and the fisherman.
You're most certainly correct, my dear Luca.
Oh, they are right next to the turtle. I don't know if the turtle was here during the event because there was something else going on right here. Hello. Ah, yes. But are you really an ordinary, run-of-the-mill tent tortoise? Probably. Oh yeah, I have done this before. There can be no disappointment without expectations, right? This is indeed a truth to be held self-evident. Anyways, hello, you two.
You're most certainly correct, my dear.
Oh, he sounds exactly like I assumed he would. Mafia turtle lore. I mean, he is right by the mobsters. So, like, you know? Look for objective in the area. Alright, I will. Oh, hey. Sorry, I was trying to sit. There we go. I figured it would be triggered by sitting. That's great. You enjoy a fantastic meal and a wonderful performance. As things slowly die down, you return to your room.
Hello? Are you asleep yet?
Right. Navia? Did something happen?
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Are we going fishing at midnight?
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
We weren't asleep yet.
Don't worry. You don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired. Just think of it as keeping me company. How does that sound? Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
There is no glitter. That's because it's out here. Got it. I'll just yeet up out of this one. Ow. My pinky and ring finger. Ugh. All right. Ow. Okay, my wrist has crackled back into place. We're ready to go. Yeet. Cool fruit. Excuse me, Burb. I'll be taking that. Thank you. With fishing poles already set up.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
A fully automatic rod.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
I mean, I prefer to do my own fishing, but I can't deny that oh man, there's a crab. Automation is more efficient.
That's how I feel as well. To me, I'm happy as long as I catch some fish.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Yeah, people in Poisson are also catching gigantic-ass fish.
That's a thing?
My thoughts exactly with that one.
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your mother?
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and would stand silently and listen to him rant. Malouse and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malouse come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
Navia, it must still be really hard for you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
Do we reel it in?
Why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
All right.
You want Paimon to help too?
Let's reel her in. What do we got? For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch, while for some reason, Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason of the mystery. She didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Navia, have you ever been fishing before?
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
If we keep talking about the number of missing parts, sure.
But the importance of missing parts.
Never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today.
See you tomorrow, Navia.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow. So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
Huh.
And just where did you get that from?
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
See? This guy gets it!
Right.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Okay. Oh. Oh, it's just for the teapot, isn't it? Okay. We have... Yeah, we have finished part of the quest. I think maybe tomorrow we'll finish it up and then we'll switch over to Sims 3 World Adventures. I think that could be a good way to handle that, maybe. Yeah, that's what I had a feeling. Because it is almost 11:30 and I need to sleep to make sure that I can continue warding off any future migraine. But thank you guys for hanging out. I'm not sure who is live right now. Let's take a look. Few people. Anna's online, yeah. I'm also like, do I have the energy to try and universe. Yeah. The one thing that stops me from rating. I don't know. I think for now we will just call it a night. And we will raid someone tomorrow, and it will be nice. Everybody get some good rest. I am gonna get some sleep, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I'm hoping not to develop another migraine with all the snow that's gonna be coming. Alright. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.